Good morning, everybody. Today we are driving the 2017 Lexus RX 350 F Sport all-wheel drive. This vehicle was all new in 2016, and we have made some extra improvements to it for the 2017 model year, including standard Lexus Safety System Plus, which includes automatic intelligent high beams, lane keep assist, dynamic radar cruise control, and pre-collision system. So this vehicle already comes out the door loaded with some excellent safety features for your family, and it is of course bold in its new styling on the exterior and the interior, something Lexus hasn't always been known for in the past, but now we're really going for it with that styling. So what are your first impressions of the vehicle so far?
Well, definitely there is a larger vehicle, and the suspension takes all the bumps and vibrations out of the driving space. I just feel like floating on a magic carpet over the surface of the fabulous Lake Lanier. So we have, recreational activities, cyclists enjoying the morning ride. And look at the water. The serenity of the place goes along with the driving comfort of this vehicle. Very sizable infotainment display, and one of the things is overhead display, which has a very distinctive pearl, oversized. You can see it, even the sun is shining on the windshield. I can see it clearly. It shows me the directions and the lane, the speed on the major roads. Also shows me the speed limit.
Now this vehicle comes equipped with a lot of luxury features, including the safety features as well, but there's some other things I'm not sure that we've had a chance to test yet. But the Mark Levinson audio system, 835 watts out of 15 speakers.
Let's try it.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe, do we have a classical music?
Oh, I bet we can find some.
Just fabulous Friday morning on Lake Lanier. Let's enjoy it to the fullest.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can get this connected over to somebody's Bluetooth. How about Mozart?
Also, maybe we can get the AC. It kind of feels like there is a warm air.
Oh, you do have warm air. Hey, look, we have 77 degrees on your side, 67 on mine. Let's see. All right, let's blast this Mozart.
Lacrimosa.
Yes. Director over here, our maestro. Whoop! Somebody's not paying attention. What do you think?
Perfect.
Perfect.
It really puts you in the middle of the concert hall.
Yes. And it is surround sound, so it does channel it. Now, one thing I wanted to make mention of the RX 350 F Sport all-wheel drive is the powertrain and some of the performance figures of this vehicle that really kind of are surprising for a vehicle in its category of a midsize SUV. It has 295 horsepower out of a 3.5 liter V6, which is quite a bit of horsepower, and you're getting about 19 miles per gallon in the city and 26 on the highway for a combined 22 miles per gallon. Now, in the past, you couldn't even get that in our ES 350 luxury sedan. So it's really pretty remarkable that we're getting that kind of mileage out of a SUV like this, especially of its size. You're also getting a nearly 60 cubic feet of cargo space in the back behind the rear seat. So this car really can do it all. It not only performs well on the back roads or comfortably on the highway, but it can carry all of your things in comfort and, of course, style. And one little extra detail I'd like to share with you, since this is the F Sport model, we do have a little bit of extra fun on this vehicle that you can turn on and off, whether you want your vehicle to be comfortable as possible or a more high-performing vehicle. So if you wouldn't mind reaching right down here to this little knob and twisting it twice to the right, that's going to get us into Sport Plus mode, which changes our gauges over here. You can see it on this screen here. Why don't you drive a little bit more aggressively and see if it changes anything for you?
Oh yes, definitely, because this road, you know, it's a low speed limit, but lots of turns, and you have to be really observant how you hug the road, and it really responds very well, which means if you want to maintain a certain speed, you can with this more aggressive. So there is not that lag to get up to the speed you were just a moment before.
Right. You can definitely tell a difference in the throttle response. You can tell a difference in the steering feel. It actually tightens up the steering wheel, and the suspension becomes a little bit flatter, so you're able to really take turns and curves in a way that doesn't rock the vehicle around. So you're really getting a much more aggressive drive, something more reminiscent of a sports sedan than, you know, a 4,500 pound SUV. So it's really pretty impressive. All right, so today we are discussing the 2017 RX 350 F Sport all-wheel drive, and immediately upon seeing this car, you can definitely tell that Lexus has decided to go in a much more aggressive direction in terms of our styling, while still maintaining that luxury feel that we've been known for, as well as our reliability. You'll notice some of the features on the front that are immediately striking is this front grille, the spindle grille, which is actually a nod to our heritage as a loom company with Toyota, the spindle, of course, being a part of that. You've got a blacked out mesh grille with the F Sport here. And of course, that badge is not just an expensive Toyota badge anymore. This badge is much more than that. In fact, behind that badge is our radar sensor that works with our pre-collision system, yes, as well as our dynamic radar cruise control. So even these little details like this are, yes, that is a camera for your overhead view. When you reverse your vehicle, you actually have an overhead bird's eye view. There's 2 more cameras underneath the mirrors on the side of the vehicle.
And these are 2 sensors?
Those are sonar sensors, and you have 1, 2 over there, and 1 or 4 of them in the rear, and those act for your park assist with intelligent braking. So if you actually start to come close to a wall or an object, and 2 or more of these sensors are activated by that object, the vehicle will automatically brake for you if it believes that you're about to run into that object. So it's a very nice safety feature here.
Let's talk about lights.
Absolutely. So this vehicle is equipped with the optional triple beam LED headlamps, and they actually have an L shape to them, of course, to harken to our Lexus logo. You'll also notice our new signature LED daytime running lights, which also act as turn signals. So these are 18 individual LEDs on either side of the vehicle, and that has kind of become a new styling element that you're starting to see on almost every single Lexus vehicle at this point. More lights are included as well. Down here on the side, we have our fog lights. Here on either end, LED fog lights, and one light that most people don't ever notice upon initially looking at the vehicle, but they notice when they're driving. When you activate your turn signal or you turn the wheel, you actually will illuminate these lights right here, which are our cornering lights. They illuminate the side of the vehicle. So instead of having adaptive front headlights, we've moved over to this technology here. So it's actually become a much more effective method of lighting over on the side, and our guests have actually made a lot of comments about how much they actually appreciate this light over here. So this small little detail.
Wheels, the big wheels?
Yes, 20-inch multi-spoke wheels with a graphite finish on it. These are exclusive to the F Sport model here. They also come equipped with Michelin high-performance tires here. There's a range of tires that you're able to get with this vehicle, but these are performance tires specifically to go with that F Sport package.
Okay, I believe there is one more camera
Yes,
here.
that camera there.
Which pretty much will complete the bird's eye view.
Exactly.
Having cameras all around.
Yes, absolutely. And you might not be able to see it from here, but from the top of the vehicle, we do have a panoramic roof that is available on this vehicle, and this one does come equipped with it, the one that we're looking at now. It adds a lot of light to the interior, definitely makes for a much more luxurious experience, especially in this beautiful nature that we're in today. And it's also really cool in downtown areas because it makes it really fun to see all those tall buildings all around you.
Very significant rear lights.
Yes, they are very nicely shaped. It actually, the spindle grille that I mentioned in the front, that theme is actually echoed here in the rear of the vehicle. So you actually see it start to come down here and out like this. The taillights are designed to be aerodynamic, so you see that there's a flat line here which goes back here. You also have these two little fins here which actually direct the air so that the vehicle is much more efficient in higher speeds. So every little detail like that has been thought through on this vehicle.
And there is something significant and unique about the gate. So
yes.
Imagine that you are coming from the weekend shopping and your both hands are heavy with all these bags.
Yes.
What do you do if you have a key in your pocket?
Well, you don't want to be, you know, some vehicles have that little sensor that you use your foot, but you don't want to lose your balance whenever you have a lot of bags in your hands. So maybe you want to use your elbow.
Yes.
Or maybe I can look a little silly here and I can use my forehead to activate this thing. To activate this lift gate.
Shazam!
Shazam! That's right. And here we are. We have a very nicely sized cargo space behind the second row seat. This vehicle does only come equipped with 2 rows, but this has been the standard in the industry for quite some time. And actually that back seat back there, I don't know if you want to take a look at it, but it's actually larger than our largest sedan, the LS sedan.
We'll take a look at this in a moment.
Yes.
So this is like 30, 20, 30, no. Help me out.
The math. Hold on. 30, 20, 30. That's going to be 80. So let's try. 40,
20, 40.
40. Yes, 40, 20, 40.
Okay.
I'm about as bad as math as everybody else, so don't worry.
And there is a first aid kit?
Yes, that is a factory installed option, but we actually put it on nearly every vehicle that we...
okay, then here we can pretty much put the seats down when we want to.
You can.
And there is a protector for safety, so people would not see that we're actually transporting the gold from Fort Knox.
That's right, absolutely.
All right, so does it close automatically?
Well, if you want, you can just use this button right here.
Yeah.
Hopefully your hands are empty by the time that you've loaded everything in there, so just tap that.
And let's just see how much knee space the rear seat.
Absolutely, all right. Would you like me to demonstrate?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now this is with me. I'm about nearly 6 feet tall, so I had my seat in the front pushed back a little bit. So there's gonna be not as much room as there could be, but even so, this is way better than an airline, right?
You have enough head space.
Absolutely. I've got a lot, even with this giant moonroof.
So there is a good chance the basketball players could fit very well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Tons of room here. Your seat was actually scooted up quite a bit more than mine, so imagine how much space this passenger would have as well.
Exactly. So if you are really tall, you want to have a shorter driver.
Yes,
or shorter person
probably
on
so.
The first row. Or vice versa.
Absolutely.
Or vice versa.
We'd make it work.
Okay.
And you'll notice the trim in here on the door panels and as well on the dash is a type of aluminum. It's finished in a nice clear coat here. We don't believe in a lot of plastic in our vehicles. We put the real thing in there. So if you didn't have the F Sport model, it's finished in real wood. There's a choice of 4 different woods that you can get in it. But all of them are beautifully done, very, very handcrafted, beautiful finish that we are very proud to put in our vehicles. All right, so I wanted to show you quickly how we control our infotainment system up here at the top, which comes with a 12.3-inch screen at eye level so that you hardly even have to take your eyes off the road. The main way that you want to control it, you can either use voice command on your steering wheel, which is very effective, especially when driving, to reduce distraction, or you can use what's called our remote touch controller, which is very ergonomic. It works well with your hand being placed, right here as a driver. And it works just like a mouse, so you'll just move it around and you have this pointer up here. It's very intuitive to use. If you want to go into the menu to control the screen, it works like an app on your phone. There's just about 8 menus that you can access, from navigation to your radio to your phone. We even have our app suite in here, which includes several apps that a lot of our guests have found extremely useful. And I don't have it paired up to my phone, but it does need to be paired to your phone. We have Open Table, Yelp, Facebook Places, destinations, all kinds of different features that people use. You can use using voice command. But it's meant to make your drive and your life even more comfortable, more luxurious, and just to enhance that Lexus experience. Of course, if you would like to access your climate from here, you would just access it using the remote touch controller. Otherwise, you would use the buttons here on the dash. So we do have some redundant features in here, but that's all meant to be as convenient for you as you want it to be. Luxury is all about choice, so we're giving you the choice right in here.